Well, g'day, mate. This is Paul's G272. I've put a high pop-up piston in it. I want to talk to you about the intake timing and the way it's designed. I'm basically going to call it son of chomp. If you've seen the video on chomp, which is a big bore Husqvarna 395. Well, I'm doing the same thing to this one. So I'll set you up. See where the timing is. I haven't got the timing yet. So you want to see where it opens, and I'll explain to you why it is the way it is. The piston's going up, okay. Going back down. Just starts opening. Where's the opening? Just there. What's that? Just there, 5 litres of coil. So 79 degrees, where it sits. So the coil wants to throw it up. The 79 degrees. Now I'll show you what the intake looks like, and I'll explain why I've done what I'm doing. Hope you guys can understand. Now, I'm trying to hold stable. Zoom, come on. I've got a pointer. Now, just there, you see the intake drops down. I'm sure let's see the light in there. Intake drops down. There you go. So you get extra timing there. Now this was set on 77 or 76 degrees. Yeah, I think it's 76 degrees timing. Now this part here opens up first. Then you have a secondary open up this side here and that side here. But the way it's set up is I get the grind and burr that angle, and the secondary one I burr it that angle that way. So what I'm trying to do is, when the piston goes up, so when you go up like that, you're sucking air in. The guys call it lunging, but I call it soloing, because Solo did it first. It sucks your air and fuel in like that. But when you come down, that's what I'm interested in. When you do a chomp version like this, when it comes down, you start getting spit back. And spit back at that point, just there. So your air starts coming back this way. It comes back towards the carby. With these notches this way, they come back in and hit each other like a resonating pulse. Like, it starts spinning back towards each other. And because the reason I come up with this idea, I was watching a video how animals act stupid things. And there was all a bunch of sheep inside of a shearing shed, and all the sheep were trying to get at the same hole. And these sheep were so fat. 2 sheep trying to get to the same hole, and they got stuck. So the farmer had to whack them on the head to back them up, then one at a time. But that's what I'm talking about. So if you have enough air going in the bottom of the sump, it'll stay in there where you want it. But if too much tries to get out with 2 sheep, it'll bump into each other, and by that time, that piston will stay shut like that. So it's another way to guarantee more air. You could drop this cylinder weight in here more further and cause more suction and all that. But I'm trying to limit spit back. I'm trying to improve fuel economy and power. It worked really good, but I felt this saw just needed a little more fuel, a bit more air. And I know chomp works, so I'm following what I know it works. So I haven't touched the exhaust at all. Exhaust works fine. I can't remember the numbers on that, but yeah, bit D, but she's fine. There's crap in there now. I'll clean it all up now. I'm just checking up, make sure the squish on the thing was 22 thousandths of an inch. Pretty thin squish. But I got to put motor seal gasket maker on that. There you go. Yeah, there. So it's nice and thin. So, but that was the idea, chomp. So hopefully this one will work just as good. I've got no times. I know it'll work. I've also got I'll grab that. Hang on, pause that. Hang on. I also got a gasket, not a gasket, an air filter I saw on Charles Briscoe's videos, and I went searching for it. They came from they call themselves these guys Deuce Source Savage. So I got a better air filter. This one screws on for the top, and you can blow it out. It's nice and clean. The other air filter I had problems with ingressing air and crap. So they made a mistake. The owner Paul bought this overseas for me. He paid for it and all that. They got delivered to my house, and I showed the guys a video, not video, photos. The wrong one. they instantly said sorry about that, because you can't put that airfoil over this one here. That's for a standard one. So they sent me the correct one, which is that shape. So the airfoil can slip straight over that as such, and the clamps, the right size clamp. So there goes to my quality control issues, but they've done the right thing. So I told the Paul to leave good feedback, so that's fine. So that's good. I was happy with that. The other thing I will speak about, I might have to contact the dealers too. I bought a highway piston for this saw. I don't know if you guys have come across this before. The highway piston's great. The circlips for the wrist pin or gudgeon pin, we call it here, they are fine. I've no problems with that. But the gudgeon pin or the wrist pin, inside the pin, inside the gusset, the pin was actually in a plastic bag, which I probably haven't fallen there. It was almost a heat shrunk plastic bag, but inside the middle of the pin. Well, firstly, I saw a discoloration on the outside of the pin. Nothing bad, but it looked like, rust, a bit of brown. But when you look up inside the pin itself, you actually see rust up there. So I spent some time with sandpaper and sanded all that, but I'm wondering, do they know this is sealed, no water damage to it, but there was moisture damage inside that pin itself, which is wrapped in plastic. So I was surprised to see that. So guys, if you're using highway, just check. There might be a lot of salt air in the where they make these things. I'm not sure, but that's what I found this. But this thing's going to be one of these little saws. I'm already happy with this saw. It goes really good. But with the chomp intake, now I haven't got no wire on the intake. I just changed the direction. Now, one of the reasons I also I saw the sheet going in and out and all the rest. I explained that before. My father-in-law said to me something years ago. If they want to go across a creek, years ago, talking about eddies and stuff like that, they'd put a post in the water, in the ground. So you get in the middle of the creek, you ram a post in the ground, in the water, like that. As the water flows around the post, it causes a back flush issue behind the post and eddies, and it takes all the sand away. And that's how they used to erode certain spots to make a water hole for a pipe, or just a water hole for the cows. But there's certain tricks that things do. So water comes along parts, but when it comes back around, it causes an eddy, spills around and causes all the sand, and it rips it away. So one side's way deeper than the other side. So things like that make you think. When you watch fish swim upstream, you see the way the tail works and how things move more naturally. So I'm trying to work out how things work, and I know how chomp works. So I'm going to get this thing going. So you saw the last few videos, you've watched them. But yeah, this will be an interesting saw. But yeah, I don't mind that at all. But there's not much room inside these saws. They're a bit old-fashioned stuff. But I find that quite good. Like, I got no problem with that. So, but that opens up. Come on. When that opens up, you have a blast of or suction there, so it goes up, starts sucking. Goes up, does a compression, get a bang. When the cylinder comes back down, starts squishing air and crap back in the base of the sump of the cylinder. It starts jamming air back towards itself, like causes the eddy, like the pipe post in the water, and that slams it shut. I'm trying to get the most as I can in here. Like, you can't really turbo charge a chainsaw. I worked out how to do that, but I haven't got the tools to machine that part I need to do. But yeah, this is another little trick for me. Alright guys, over and out.